Imagine if your 401k balance was tattooed on your forehead. Would you walk around proud or wear a hat all year? Don't worry, I'm not suggesting tattoos, but I'm going to show you where the average 401k balance stands in 2025, what the experts say you should have by now, and how to catch up if you're not there. Spoiler, some of you will feel like financial geniuses. Others might feel like they just brought a water gun to a forest fire. Either way, by the end of this video, you'll know where you stand and, more importantly, what to do next. Before I show you all the numbers, here's the trick. A mean or average is when you add all balances and divide by the number of people. Rich 401k millionaires push this number up. Now the median is the middle person. Half have more, half have less. This is usually a better reality check. For example, if 3 people have $10,000, $20,000, and $2 million, the average is over $676,000, but the median is just $20,000. See the problem? So when you hear average, remember, it might not represent the typical saver. Okay, here's the part you came for. According to Fidelity's second quarter 2025 data, the averages look like this. People in their 20s, Gen Z, have $16,000. People in their 30s, millennials, have $75,000. People in their 40s, Gen X, have $205,000. People in their 50s, boomers that are still working, have $257,000. And people in their 60s and 70s have $259,000. Now let's compare this to the median balances from Vanguard's research, the typical saver. People in their 20s, $6,000 to $7,000. People in their 30s, $18,000. People in their 40s, $45,000. People in their 50s, $61,000. And people in their 60s, $70,000. See the gap? Averages make it look like people in their 40s have $200,000, but the typical saver actually has closer to $45,000. Same with people in their 50s. Average says $257,000, but median says it's only about $61,000. And this is why so many people feel behind. You're comparing yourself to an average number inflated by outliers. The median tells the real story. Most people are far behind those glossy headlines. Now, let's bring in what the experts recommend you should have saved. According to Fidelity's guideline, by 30 years old, you should have saved 1 times your salary. By 40 years old, you should have saved 3 times your salary. By 50 years old, you should have saved 6 times your salary. By 60 years old, you should have saved 8 times your salary. And by retirement age at 67, you should have saved 10 times your salary. So if you make $70,000 a year, that means $70,000 by 30, $210,000 by 40, $420,000 by 50, $560,000 by 60, and $700,000 by the age of 67. Now compare that to the real medians. Most people in their 40s actually have $45,000, not $210,000. People in their 50s, the target is $420,000, but the median is $61,000. That's a massive gap. But here's the important part. It's not about shame, it's about awareness. Once you know the target, you can start making moves to close the gap. Let's say you're 50 years old with $150,000 saved. Fidelity's target says you should be around $420,000. The median saver is sitting at $61,000. You're in between. Here's what you can do. In 2025, you can contribute up to $23,500. Over 50 years old, you get a $7,500 catch-up, so $31,000 in total. If you save that every year until 65, that's $465,000 in contribution alone. Add even modest growth and your $150,000 could turn into $700,000 or more. So even if you're behind, you're not out of the game. You just have to use the tools available. Now, here's the $1 million or maybe $600,000 question. How much is enough? Most planners say you'll need about 70 to 80% of your working income to maintain your lifestyle. If you make $70,000 today, you'd want about $50,000 to $55,000 a year in retirement. Social Security might cover around $20,000. The rest has to come from savings. With $600,000 to $700,000 saved, withdrawing around 3 to 4% per year gives you $18,000 to $28,000 annually. Add that to Social Security and you're in the zone for a comfortable retirement. So you don't need $5 million, just enough to cover the gap between Social Security and lifestyle. Now, here's 5 simple moves to boost your balance. Get the free money. Always take your employer match. A lot of employers are very generous, giving employer matches up to 5, 6, 7%, in some cases maybe even 10%. Number 2, bump it by 1%. Add 1% more from your paycheck this year. It barely hurts, but compounds huge. You'll never regret it. Number 3, automate it. Let savings run in the background. There's a little saying called set it and forget it. You'll get comfortable with it one day. Number 4, do not cash out early. That's basically torching yourself. If you still have time to retire and age is on your side, why do you want to tap into your $500,000 401k balance that might be giving you $50,000 a year in growth? Number 5, use catch-ups after 50. They're your turbo button if you feel behind. And if you ever run up to the limit, you can also explore additional retirement plans that are on the individual side, such as a Roth IRA. So now you know the average 401k balances by age in 2025. You also know the median balances that tells the real story of how most people are living and what the experts say you should have. The truth is, most people are far behind the numbers they should have. But it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent and using the tools you have. Here's a question for you. Are you closer to the average, the median, or to the should have target? Drop your age in the comments. I guarantee you're not alone. If you've got value from this video and want to support the channel, you can always buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefinancialwatchman. And remember, this video is not financial advice, just educational and motivation. Talk to a professional for your personal situation. Also remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to someone that you think might find it useful. This is your Financial Watchman, and I'm signing out. Bye-bye, y'all.